This is the weekend edition of iFiber One News, where we present some of the top stories from this week and your weekend weather forecast. I'm Bethany Jenks. Stay tuned for the weekend edition of iFiber One News.
From the iFiber One HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFiber One News, your number one source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFiber One News, and it starts now.
One of our top stories for this week was about the closure of the Larson Recreation Center in Moses Lake. Reporter Jeff Chu met up with the members of two youth sports groups to get their response.
For hockey-loving Moses Lake resident Ty Thompson, losing access to the City of Moses Lake's Larson Recreation Center ice rink would be devastating to hundreds of youth and adults.
We're going to have several kids, close to 100 kids that aren't going to have an option to play a winter sport, that they've been playing for years. It means people in the community that enjoy going public skating aren't going to have a place to do that. It means for adults that play in the adult league, it's a means of exercise and hanging out with your friends. Well, for the kids that want to play hockey, they're going to play. And it's a matter of, do you want to go to Wenatchee or Tri-Cities to play? Either way, you're looking at a little over an hour drive and a couple nights a week.
Thompson said youth and adult recreation advocates like himself need to take the issue to City Hall. BMX racing mom and spokeswoman Melody Johnson expressed similar sentiments.
I'm frustrated by the fact that we have this beautiful track that will be closed if that's the direction that we're going. That's just 10 minutes away from our house. I'm sad that to see the facility be sent to the wayside and to see other facilities developed. I'm scared for the other racers that don't have the ability like we do to travel. I mean, the closest other BMX track is Richland or Spokane. That's an hour-and-a-half drive.
Johnson said it would be tragic to take the track away from the kids who use it. Both Thompson and Johnston have for years put their volunteer time and energy into supporting the hockey and bike motocross facilities that leaders with the cash-strapped city propose to shut down. As president of the Moses Lake Youth Hockey Association, Thompson coaches youth hockey at the ice rink and plays in the Adult Hockey League. Johnston has volunteered on her BMX riding son's behalf for 5 years. The Moses Lake City Council decision to close Larson Recreation Center followed news that the city is facing a $1.8 million budget deficit in 2015. Officials expect the city will save $125,000 a year by closing the Larson Center. Not far behind Thompson is self-proclaimed hockey mom Jamie Erickson, who is emotional about keeping the ice rink open.
Hockey is our life from November until June. Our season here ends in March, but Tri-Cities does 3-on-3 in the spring, and it's only once a week, and so we travel down there once a week from April until June just to keep him on the ice, because his goals are to play college. That's what he wants to do, and he says he wants to go to the University of North Dakota and then get drafted by the Blackhawks. I don't want to tell him that he can't achieve his goals because something like this happens.
Jamie's son Isaac, a 9-year-old Garden Heights Elementary School 4th grader, also pleads to keep the ice rink open.
It means a lot to me. If we can't play hockey, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Melody Johnston's son, Colton, has competed at the finely manicured BMX track for 5 years. The 10-year-old Knowles Vista Elementary School 4th grader says he would be lost if the city closes the track.
I love this track, and I wish it could stay open.
Ty Thompson and Melody Johnson say they will continue to work with city leaders to try to keep both facilities open. The council's public conversation about Larson Recreation Center is expected to continue at 7 p.m. October 28th at Moses Lake City Hall Council Chambers, 401 South Balsam Street. I'm Jeff Chu for iFiber One News.
We'll have an update on the closure next week following the Moses Lake City Council meeting. In Ephrata, businesses and organizations are gearing up for Halloween and are offering safe trick-or-treating activities. Reporter Jeff Chu has more information.
Halloween hits the streets of downtown Ephrata Business District early on October 31st. The event runs from 4 to 6 p.m. along Basin Street. Ephrata trick-or-treating lures hundreds of children in costumes, with many kids masquerading to the hilt. Last year, 32 downtown businesses participated, handing out candy to trick-or-treaters. Through Ephrata Chamber of Commerce, donations have helped business owners buy more candy to help the growing trick-or-treat demand. Last year, $400 was donated. The United Methodist Church and American Legion Post 429 will put on trunk or treat events, and the Ephrata Senior Center will host a carnival. Columbia Basin Hospital's Garden Oasis Assisted Living Center will also host trick-or-treaters in Ephrata. I'm Jeff Chu for iFiber1 News.
Now we take a look at people being sought by law enforcement.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
We will be right back after this.
Attention business owners. The deadline is fast approaching to advertise in the 2015 edition of the Moses Lake Local Book. Don't be the only business left out. In print or online, it's the best way to reach your customer when they're ready to buy. Call today to place your ad by calling 877-738-9829 or by visiting us online at www.statewideyp.com. The Moses Lake Local Book Telephone Directory. Simply the best advertising.
Hi, I'm Angus Lee, the Grant County Prosecutor, and I've spent my entire adult life committed to public service. As a younger man, I fought for our country in the United States Marines, and I was awarded the Combat Action Ribbon and the Purple Heart. For nearly a decade now, I've been fighting criminals here in Grant County. My trial record speaks for itself. I have convictions in over 90% of my jury trials, and I've personally prosecuted the most serious cases, and I've won.
Angus Lee, the proven crime fighter.
I'm Angus Lee, and I approve this message.
Well, hi there, everybody. Meteorologist Don Morelli with you here on iFiber Channel 1 News Weather. Hopefully you had a great Friday. Your forecast is brought to you by Bud Cleary Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. And as I mentioned yesterday, we have some fast changeable weather conditions coming our way. We're going for a half and half weekend. We have a warm front coming in overnight tonight. Rain's already beginning in some areas. It should end before midnight, if not shortly after, leading us into a nice start for Saturday. But then the shower returns on Saturday afternoon, Saturday night. And behind that, a little bit of a breeze on Sunday. And basically, it's every 18 hours or so we get this band of moisture coming on across. One of those bands of moisture actually, believe it or not, is the remains of what was once Hurricane Anna that just scooted just south of Hawaii about a week ago. In the meantime, today, let's look back. 57 and 40 the extremes. No precipitation yet, but it's not too far away. And in Moses Lake, it is pretty close, if not already. 59 and 41 the extremes for today, with the high and low. At least the high was right on. The low was a bit above the seasonal low of 33. Right now, lots of clouds, 55 degrees. The breeze from the east-northeast ahead of this warm front. Again, the winds will shift to the south as the front moves on through. There actually might be some patchy fog developing as well ahead of that warm front for much of the first half of the night. But here we are at this time, and you can see right off where that front is. And it does rapidly move northward through the evening and north of us by pre-dawn especially. And then we're watching a cold front come across on Saturday, the leading edge of which will have a few showers, but the winds will really pick up and some lingering showers into Sunday, briefly breaking a bit, but you can see we're still unsettled right into Sunday night into Monday. So you get the picture, not the best of weekends, and here's the remains of Anna for Tuesday. So again, get ready, and hopefully you have the umbrella ready at your beck and call as the showers will be rotating through. Here we are tomorrow, showers basically along the coast. Again, overnight showers tonight, ending pre-dawn hours, but then coming back during the afternoon, evening. Inland northwest, again, late showers there. Temperatures seasonal, maybe a little bit below actually. It depends on how much we get the sun out, if at all. Again, we are south of a warm front a good portion of the first half of tomorrow, so maybe a few 60s. That might be a little optimistic. But all in all, you can see that during the next 7 days. Showers again return late Saturday, ending Sunday, then late Sunday into Monday, and then Tuesday really looks wet. But really, the big thing is the cool temperatures, 50s for highs and 40s for the most part for lows. Have a great weekend, everybody. Keep it here. Sports is coming on up.
You don't need me to tell you that 4 and all-wheel drive time is on its way. But maybe you didn't know your local Toyota dealers are gearing up for the season with special savings on our top-selling 4 and all-wheel drive models. From tough Tundra trucks to our best-selling CUV RAV4 or Venza, the perfect blend of all-wheel drive with safety and style. Plus many others. The bottom line is exceptional 4 or all-wheel drive savings just in time for winter. For full details on these and other savings, visit any of your Inland Empire Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
Hi, I'm Cindy Carter, your Grant County Commissioner. Currently, I serve the 92,000 residents of Grant County, working with over 700 employees, 11 different labor unions, and providing oversight to an annual budget of $131 million. I have served in this capacity for 7.5 years, working closely with each department and office, reviewing their individual budgets to ensure a balanced overall budget so the county can remain fiscally strong. I'm Cindy Carter. Please vote for me in the 2014 election as your Grant County Commissioner.
Moses Lake had a chance to wrap up the Big Nine girls soccer title with a win over West Valley. Reporter Sean Wells was on hand at Lions Field last night for the action.
It was a tale of two halves at Lions Field with the top two teams in the Big Nine Conference facing off. It was all Chiefs in the first half as Alicia Overland broke a scoreless tie 25 minutes in. It was Alicia's 28th goal of the season, putting her one behind her school record of 29. Just 3 minutes later, Lisa McGraw had a heads-up play catching the keeper offline and knocking a goal from 35 yards out. In the second half, West Valley came storming back. 30 minutes in, Caitlin Quam scored for the Rams. Then just 2 minutes later, Sam Ollerson knocked in a great first touch shot to tie the match. This game would go to extra time, and West Valley pulled out the win on a Moses Lake own goal, stunning the Chiefs 3-2. West Valley and Moses Lake are both tied for first now with an 8-1 conference record. For I-501 News, Sean Wells.
Wharton picked up a 4-1 win at Granger last night to move to 9-5-1 in Central Washington 2B play. The Cougars struggled early, going down 1-0 35 minutes into the first half. Then goals by Rebecca Richens and Tanya Dominguez in the last 3 minutes put Wharton up 2-1 at the break. Jennifer Mendoza and Savannah Edson added a goal each in the second half of play. Wharton closes out regular season on the road at Royal Tuesday. The team will host a first-round loser-out district match November the 1st. In other Basin soccer action, it was Othello blanking Wapato 5-0. The number 2 ranked Ephrata Tigers travel to Ellensburg Saturday to battle it out for the CWAC title. Quincy heads to Grandview. Royal is at Connell, and Othello hosts East Valley. Moses Lake Swim and Dive beat West Valley 103-83 in the team's last home meet of the season. The tight competition came down to the relay events, and it was the Chiefs touching first in all three. Individual first-place winners for Moses Lake included Anna Fair, who touched first in the 100 fly and 500 freestyle. Cheyenne Speed took top honors in the 50 and 100 free. Jordan Richardson placed first in the 100 backstroke, and Heather Carbon outperformed the competition in the 1-meter dive event. Moses Lake volleyball fell to 5-5 in Big Nine play with a 3-set loss at West Valley. The Chiefs have 2 games left in the regular season. Moses Lake needs to beat Davis or Wenatchee to nail down the 4th and final playoff spot. CWAC volleyball action saw Eberg shut out Ephrata 3-0, and Othello turned back Toppenish 3-1. ACH picked up a 3-set win over Welpinette in Central Washington 1B play. There's plenty of high school football action going on around the Basin tonight. Soap Lake hosts Wharton, Quincy hosts Othello, Ephrata takes on Prosser at Kiwanis Field, and Moses Lake is at Wenatchee. We will be bringing you the Ephrata-Prosser game at 7. Sean Wells and Cody Johnson will be calling the live action. It should be a real snot knocker as both teams are in the thick of the postseason race. We'll be back after this.
I'm Daryl Pheasant. I've been your treasurer for 28 years. I take my oath seriously, following the laws consistently and fairly. This complex job depends on experience. Experience to run a $200 million public investment pool. Experience working with state agencies, banks, attorneys, title companies. Experience to know the law and be able to explain it. With reduced staffing, we need a working treasurer. Let me continue working hard for you. Public service, experience, leadership that is unmatched. Vote Daryl Pheasant for County Treasurer.
This is Garth Dano. I'm asking for your vote for Grant County Prosecutor, and have practiced law here with my family for 34 years. I care about this county and the people who live and raise their families here. I'm committed to improving our justice system in Grant County so we can all be proud of it. I will hold serious offenders accountable and will work with all our police officers to protect the public. Currently, it takes 3 to 4 years to have a civil trial heard in our courts. I am committed to working with the judges to solve this unnecessary delay. Please vote for me in the upcoming general election. I am Garth Dano, and I approve this message.
Welcome back. Our next story is about a 2013 Moses Lake High School graduate who was recently diagnosed with breast cancer. She began chemotherapy this week and has been overwhelmed with the support from the community. Reporter Jeff Chu has the story.
Many teenagers think they are invincible, but 18-year-old Kaylee Stein knows firsthand that that is far from the truth. Kaylee, known in Moses Lake as a former championship Mala Hyatt dancer, was diagnosed with breast cancer 2 weeks before her 18th birthday.
Yeah, I had surgery on September 3rd for a partial mastectomy, and then I just on Friday had my port placed. And I also had to do some fertility treatment because chemo can make my eggs sterile and I won't be able to have kids in the future. So we wanted to make sure that I would be able to do that.
She starts chemotherapy treatment on Tuesday at a clinic in Spokane. Radiation treatment will follow later this year. As she faces the harsh reality of cancer, her parents, Terry and Lynette Stein, and her friends are supporting her in a big way. Her parents farm land east of Moses Lake. Just Friday night, Kaylee's friends with the Mala Hyatts put on a Pink Out Night performance during the Moses Lake Chiefs football game. The performance was intended to generate awareness and donations for Kaylee's family to help with her astronomical medical expenses. The event was organized by Kaylee's best friend from childhood, Bailey Hamilton, a dancer with the Mala Hyatts who is doing it as her senior project. Kaylee talked about how she found out she had cancer.
Definitely did catch it early. I was really lucky. I remember when I was a freshman, I had health class and they taught us all the signs and stuff like that, and they taught us how to check and everything, and I remembered that, and I found it super early, and I found it when I was still 17, and I probably should have gone to the doctor earlier because I let it for a couple of months. I didn't do anything about it because I thought, I'm 17, I have prom coming up, I have graduation, all this stuff, like it's nothing. And then finally, in August, I got it checked, and the results came back positive.
While she said she feels overwhelmed, Kaylee voiced gratitude for all the support she's getting.
I feel so fortunate for the people that I have and the community that I have behind me, because not everybody gets that the way I do. And so I feel extremely, extremely lucky.
She's trying to create awareness and gave advice to the young.
Never in a million years would I think that I would have breast cancer at the age of 18. And I don't want young girls to start being scared or afraid or, get all stressed out about it. But just know your body and know when there's something wrong. Get it checked right away. And just to be safe, you should always get it checked out.
I'm Jeff Chu for iFiber One News.
We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Kelly Moore from Moore Furniture. I want to let you all know how excited we are about Sealy's new gel memory foam beds. Sealy has taken memory foam to a whole new level by infusing gel beads into the mattress to keep you from getting too warm while you sleep. They come with a 25-year warranty, and we've got them on our floor for you to try out. We also offer free delivery and in-house financing, so stop by and see us and get yourself sleeping good at night. Remember, whatever you do in bed, Sealy supports it. So come see us at Moore Furniture in Ephrata or find us on the web at moorefurniture.net.
Papa John, pizza maker. Peyton Manning, playmaker.
New season, Peyton. You got to have a kickoff deal to start it right.
Okay, like a superstition.
Yeah. You got any superstitions?
Score more points than they do?
That's not really superstitious.
It works.
Up your game with the new kickoff special. Get any large 2-topping pizza, only $10. Add a mega chocolate chip cookie for only $5 more.
Better ingredients, better pizza,
better football.
Papa John's.
The next story is about a class that's teaching people how to safely preserve food. Reporter Jeff Chu met up with Christine Price, the director of the Grant Adams Washington State University Extension Office, and has the story.
When it comes to canning fruits, vegetables, and meats, what Grandma did to preserve them may not be the safest way anymore. That's why Washington State University's Grant Adams Extension Service is presenting weekly classes called How to Preserve the Taste of Summer. Christine Price, County Director for the Grant Adams WSU Extension Office for 24 years, is the Family Consumer Science Educator for the WSU Extension. Price said food preservation is becoming more popular simply because more people want to know the content of what they eat.
You know, people think of home food preservation as something that's fun to do and it looks nice and it's earthy, it's, you know, back to nature, and really there's an awful lot of science that goes into home food preservation, and making it safe are the processes that we were talking about this evening. Making it safe for all members of the family. People that are vulnerable are typically those that are very young, infants, toddlers, and young children. Those that are very on the other end of the age spectrum that have maybe a reduced immune system or are compromised, their health is compromised in another way, pregnant women, people that have a specific illness where their body does not assimilate food or is more fragile.
She said because the foods have changed in makeup over the years, a preservation refresher course is appropriate for safety reasons.
The way Grandma did it, the way my mom did it, may not be the safest way, and because our products change. The tomatoes are a prime example of how products have changed over the years. The tomatoes that we're canning at home now are not the same tomato product that we had 10 years ago.
The class Tuesday night at Moses Lake Senior Center was more like a discussion with several experienced food preservers on hand sharing their ideas on the subject. The concern about food safety came up during the discussion. One of those attending the course was Jenny Roberts, coordinator for Harvest Against Hunger in Moses Lake. Roberts said the WSU Extension's food preservation course was important to her program.
Well, my program, Harvest Against Hunger, is all about capturing the abundance of food we have here in the Columbia Basin. We go in and harvest 10 acres of apple orchards sometimes, so learning how to put up the excess is always a good thing.
Roberts said the WSU Extension's food preservation course was important. Roberts, who is herself learning food preservation techniques at the class, is based at Moses Lake Food Bank. She said she cans a lot of apples for her family's consumption.
Probably close to a full ton of apples.
To join the food preservation class, contact Roberts at 509-765-8101. I'm Jeff Chu for iFiber One News.
Our final story today is about surveillance cameras that are going to be installed around Grant County. Grant County commissioners approved the funds for the project this week. Reporter Cameron Probert has the story.
Grant County is moving forward with a plan to install 18 cameras in locations across the county. The commissioners agreed to add $68,249 to the sheriff's office budget to pay for the first year of a 5-year contract with Huntley USA. The other 4 years are expected to cost $58,249 a year. The money will pay for 12 pan-tilt zoom cameras, 6 fixed cameras, 9 iPads, and other costs associated with connecting the cameras to the internet. Huntley USA, a Las Vegas-based company, provides security cameras to several law enforcement agencies across the country. It also provides police the ability to monitor what the cameras are seeing on a real-time basis. The cameras will be split between the Grant County Courthouse campus, the Larson community, Beverly, Schwana, and Desert Air. For iFiber One News, this is Cameron Probert reporting.
That wraps up our weekend edition. iFiber One News will be back on Monday at 5 p.m. with the latest news from around the Columbia Basin. Thank you for watching.